Hey guys, it's Tartan coming at you with another game of 9 Souls. We've been leveling up a lot right here. We're not going to spend like a lot of time doing it. I just wanted to show you what we've been doing. So you can just... There's a couple ways to do it, but that's how we've been doing it. That's why I have so much money. And anyway, we're just going to spend a little bit of it and then go to this fight. I think I have enough for a couple of the expensive upgrades here. Yes, indeed. Enough for this magazine. And then there's like a 4K one over here, I think. We still have kind of a lot of money, which we definitely want to spend on something. Righto, and we can go ahead and get to it. So Lady Ethereal is a fight that we're going to have to do because she's the next thing to do. Oh, but we can... we've got a whole bunch of poisons, and now we got to talk. It's like, you finally came back. How did you manage to stay so long in that hellish place? You mean the transportation factory? The ground there burns with fires. People are punished in furnaces above. I guess the hell from our myths really does exist. Indeed. No one's being punished. They're all undergoing transmutation. That's what turns them into those armored monsters you keep talking about. But that's not a punishment. Can anyone create an army of monsters with this technology? I would advise against having such ideas. Good. Good advice. We're gonna give him some of these poisons real quick, I guess. This book's a really common place where I grew up. To live near water and caused the deaths of a few careless kids every summer. Munch, munch. That's to be expected. Kids will drown no matter how shallow the water. Yeah, it's not that. Not only are they highly poisonous, munch are so numb. They can also release electric currents when in danger. He says it takes sweet and sour, sticks a bit to the teeth, but not bad overall. And we give him one more, and then we'll get another thing. And this is good. This will be why we can beat the boss, right? Is it a bug or a plant? Before it died, this bug was parasitized, and its movements were controlled by a fungus. Much interesting, hard, and kind of chewy. Phew, is that everything? I chewed it up pretty good, but my jaw feels out of control. Chanel, are you still lucid? It's like the zombie ant thing. I want to stop. Why won't my body listen to me? I guess this is what you could call uncontrollably delicious. And now that we've given him 2 poisons, we will drink of the brew and get slightly more HP in the pool. So, do you have friends or family? I'm totally alone. Being a lone wolf allows me to do whatever I want. Ha, well said. I had no parents and no one cared for me, except for the guru. She taught me how to read and how to be a good person. It was her that taught me to challenge everything before me. Must be skeptical about anything and everything. He hiccups. Why have I not seen this guru? She's probably dead. She said she'd step out for a bit and never returned. Ha. He's got like the shaman outfit Shenong does. But hey, we got our little health increase, you know, and we're gonna get to it. Alright, so for the Jades, we've got another spot theme. So, Revival, yes. Quick Dose, yes. Which means we have 2 more slots. I don't think any of these are good. We can take this one. We're basically never going to get to use it. But, it's not good. The place we were fighting earlier was this factory production area. That's where to go to grind. But we're just going to go here to the Cortex Center and try to fight this boss now. Now that we've done our prep. You know, we've got 5 arrows now, we've got 5 heals, we've got so much more than the time before. But fundamentally, I bet one could do this fight, you know, without any upgrades at all. Let's get to it. She laughs. Okay, bad start. You know, we're just getting back used to it, right? Oh yeah, we do so much more damage now. I mean, phase 1's always been really low on damage, right? We, oh yeah, so I should have said before, but like, we actually got the talisman upgrades of power, enhanced blade, better Tai Chi kicks. We got a lot of levels up because this game allows you to grind. We would have gotten them, but we lost all of it in the past. So, okay. Time to... Wow. Okay, so... not like that. One more time with feeling. I didn't need to do that. That internal damage heals on its own. Alright, so even in that frame after you can't see her, you can still hit her with a talisman. Very important. Of course, there's a phase after this, and we're not doing so hot. You do the test hit, and that allows you to stick the talisman on. Still, you know, not so hot. Well, you know, maybe we'll do better next time. Certainly, we don't need to be any stronger. We just need to play better. You know, anyone's guess as to when that'll happen. Alright. Decent. Rough. Very rough. Oh man, that's that was clumsy, alright. Alright. Third phase. Alright, well, I don't know what I expected. Okay. Decent. A waste there. Hit the test hit, but didn't recognize it. Not ideal, you know, but... Big damage there. Decent. Go ahead and heal there. Perfect. I mean, not perfect. Obviously, we've taken some damage, but, you know, decent. Depending on how long this windup is, we might have time to heal, like, basically all of this internal damage, which means we'll just be down to heals. Yeah, so you get, like, half of a whole bar of healing. Okay, yeah, so that's how to do that, and now we're in a better spot here. Parry, dodge works there, but man, like, so how are we... Haven't been able, like, I don't... Yeah. Didn't get a single bit of damage onto her that whole phase. So what am I doing wrong? Well, I can't stick any damage because I don't know which one's which. So how do I sort that? I don't know. Hey Justine, how are you? You said you're excited for Friday? Well, good. Talisman there. 2 heals already used, though. It's pretty bad. But when do we even have time to heal in phase 3? We don't. You know, all we ever do is die there. Never do with people. Nice. That was very poor. Definitely off there, but we didn't suffer any damage. Really, just a terrible loss in efficiency. Very bad. Okay, so if you swing at the head of one of them and they're the imaginary one, they'll disappear, but that's only so useful, right? Alright, time for phase 3, which we'll try to do something on this time. Right, because you parry, parry, dash. Okay. I have not identified what phase 3 does differently yet. You can tell by the way that I have not sunk a single hit on them the entire time. Rough. If I could stay alive in it a little longer, I might be able to learn what happens there. I mean, maybe. But you know me, I like to learn at my own pace. Such as it is. Nice clean phase 1. Okay, so I think our parry doing internal damage is getting rid of the fake ones now. So it's like a different ability than how it used to be, but still not going so good, right? Alright, there's our first death. Feels bad. Alright. Coming back from the dead's already gone. 2 heals gone, but when do we ever have the time to heal? We just die. Let's just try to not die. Should be easy, right? Man. Poor performance indeed. I don't think that's gonna matter much, but even if it like keeps him still for a bit longer, maybe that'll help. Because I don't think the other one's happening at all, right? Because the Shadow Strike only happens on the ground, and it's all just like talisman hits, right? We're not... She doesn't sit still long enough for us to actually hit her. Just here in phase 1 when it doesn't matter. How did I get hit by that? Pathetic. But interestingly, it seems that the health pool, you know, only matters somewhat, right? Because I literally don't do any damage. I just die in phase 3. And I don't have time to heal, she just kills me. So I don't know how much that even matters. You know, okay. Test hit worked, and we didn't stick a talisman on. Feels bad. Okay, well. Even worse. That's okay. Alright. Decent. I was facing the wrong way there. You know, so decent. One heal down, but, you know, maybe this time we'll understand what goes on here. Man, I am having the worst time there. I'm never ever getting anywhere with it, right? I can't even sink a single hit on. Which is pretty annoying considering how decently we're going in phase 1 and 2, but it just goes to show how if you don't know what you're doing, you'll never ever win. Eventually, we'll just do the first section so clean that we won't be able to help improving on phase 3, no matter how unlikely that looks right now. Alright, finally sinking another hit on. Crazy amount of internal damage to take, but you know, if we can just heal it up somehow. Hilarious. Alright. Wasted a bit of a heal there, but you know. Oh my goodness, I got the wrong arrows on. Wow, I gotta rebind that key. You know, pausing in retrospect might not have been the best thing. Alright, so I think in the third phase, so in the second phase it like hides your face and you gotta test to see which one it is. But I think in the third phase that's never the case. And I think the clear one will just show up eventually, and that's what you gotta worry about there. And if that is the case, then I should have an easier time in 3, because I spend a lot of time like trying to test them. But if you just don't need to, then okay. Pretty poor performance. Well, you know, that went not super well. Not super well at all. Okay, I really thought I was dodging that. Decent. A little greedy, but it worked. Very messy. took what should have been an easy hit, but missed the talisman, and, you know, sort of paid the toll there a little bit. Because if you're not ready to hear that hit and immediately follow up, you know, you really... Not quite enough. To clear the face, I mean. Alright. Okay. I swear I was blocking some of that, but since I died, I can't be telling the truth. Okay. Obviously, the phase 3 is the problem now. I mean, having to use a couple heals isn't ideal, but... Alright, that was a wasted shot, and that feels bad because... Okay, so you can't catch up to her. Interesting. Oh, man. Well, I think... even if we don't get it this time, I think we've got her number, you know. Just a little bit more, assuming there's not another phase. There could be. But I think we got her. Yeah. Alright. Awesome. What a good fight. You know, once I figured out what was going on in the third phase, it was definitely, you know, a more doable proposition. But poor Lady Ethereal, you know, she's really crippled under the weight of what's going on with her story and her role in things. She says, I'm sorry you had to see me like this, I don't know how this happened. I already cut off all life support systems in my vital sanctum, but I couldn't wake up from that nightmare. Someone out there wants you alive and had your brain hooked back into your vital sanctum. None of it matters now. At the beginning, I was puzzled. I specifically designed the system so that people could sleep peacefully. Why would I be experiencing nightmares? Maybe punishing myself became the only way I could comfort myself. It wasn't until you arrived that I realized I just wanted this wound to be seen. Someone had to condemn me to put an end to all this. We're going to say, you're not the only one at fault. Because that's true. She's not. And I wouldn't even consider her like a principal person at fault. Although the innovations that she was attempting led to really bad outcomes, I don't think that they were like obviously immoral experiments to begin with, like some of the other like Guomong's lobotomized robot soldiers, right? Like Lady Ethereal wasn't trying to do that kind of thing. She was trying to legitimately make like something that would have been good, and although the experiment went terribly wrong, it doesn't seem like she should have known that. You know, we're gonna go with you're not the only one at fault, because it is true. And she, you know, she was already racked with guilt before we came along. We didn't have to point out to her that what happened because of her research was terrible. Like, she already knew and she was already addressing it. This is, like, in stark contrast to, like, a Jichuan or a Guomong character. Or even Yan Lao, you know, who is sort of defiant to the last type of thing. But she says, I'm glad I was able to talk to you like this before the end. I've faced my sins. Now it's your turn. Let me get the achievement. Wake up from my sin. Defeat Lady Ethereal. We get a flashback to the creation of the Mystic Nymph, I guess. The Azure Flyer takes to the skies. And says, it's Mystic Nymph. You said you'd let me choose the name. Right. Well, the last few months were arduous, but it's finally ready now. Just need to check rhizomatic energy into its Azure substrate. Once it stabilizes, our Mystic Nymph will come alive. But, there's something I've been kind of scared to bring up. The other day, I heard the roots crying out. It said that it couldn't breathe. Is it really okay for us to do this experiment? You with that nonsense again. Don't worry, I checked and rechecked my calculations countless times. Besides, if something does go wrong, it'll be a good learning experience. That's the essence of experimentation, understand? Is it? Not really. Sigh, like talking to a brick wall. Ouch. Just sit there and watch. I'm gonna flip the switch. what's going on? Yi, please stop. Amen. Oh no. Oh. Okay. So we're getting like origin story on his jade ring here, I guess. And the first instance of his regeneration. Here we go. The seal of Lady Ethereal. Soul Seal is the greatest symbol of power in the council. Hers contains the character Jin, signifies benevolence. Okay, so alright, yeah, so she knew it had major flaws, which we knew, and then, you know, it got deployed anyway. She would have tried to make it better. I'm much more inclined to forgive her than these other ones. Quafu, of course, you know, he's a bro. And honestly, if any of the other ones had just, like, been willing to lay down, you know, their arms would have been fine. And Lady Ethereal, you know, she is already, like, perished, right? That was just, like, her sort of, like, brain in a vat, I think. Sorry to bother you once again, but something at Four Seasons Pavilion requires your attention. What's wrong? I've detected anomalies in the root node once again. It's affecting the power supply in the zone. This is a matter of great importance. I wouldn't dare make any brash decision without your expertise. Again. Okay, I'll return as soon as possible. Alright. So we're just gonna grab this Dao fruit thing real quick. A greater Dao fruit, which gives us to level 3. Or 3 points, rather. Which we could get one of these lower ones, and maybe getting the other talisman ones would be nice. But I think we just go in this direction so that we can get more damage on the blade, and that'll be okay. We're gonna go ahead and turn cash back on, because no matter what we do, we're gonna want money. Oh, we need to run there, don't we? Yeah, it's gonna want us to run there. We're right next door, aren't we? Yes. Who knows what'll happen along the way? Oh. I save that to you, I won't be able to groove anymore. Will you accept a copy? That's the wrong form of accept. I can shake you a copy for just 400 Yen. Alright, we'll get it later. Looks like it's a different... time. It's like autumn out there. They're all hanging out here. That's interesting. This is I missed you too. How long has the kid been in there?
Okay.
Well, it's been over 5 hours. Not good. Stay back. I'm gonna wake him up. Oh, we turned off his VR. Wake up. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Do you know who I am? Sean says, Ye? Abacus? Uncle Chubby? When did you guys get here? Come to your senses. Your eyes are bloodshot, and your lips are chalk white. How long have you been sitting? When did you last drink water? What happened? What did you see? What? Nothing. I was just talking to Mom and Dad. As for how long, it feels like it's been several days. We were just talking about what to eat for dinner. Weird. Where did they go? Poor Schwan. His parents, of course, were sacrificed before the events of this game take place. He's beginning to confuse the virtual world with the real world. It's typical early symptom of dissolution syndrome. You know, if your VR worlds are too good, that will be a risk of them. What do you mean? Are they gone? Oh, poor kid. Don't wear that thing for too long. It might make you sick, understand? Quavu says wisely, a kid isn't going to understand that. Besides, he just wanted to see his mom and dad. I mean, he's a... No, maybe I should put it away. Hey, I was halfway through one of the games. Can we keep it here? I won't use it for that long again. I promise. And also promise me that for every 30 minutes you're in there, you'll come out and walk around for at least 10 minutes. Advocates, keep an eye on him. As you command, my lord. There we go. Now that that's out of the way. Poor kid. What are you thinking about? Last night's stream, Mom, Dad, Uncle Chubby, everyone was there. We were sitting around the fire roasting marshmallows. It was a great dream. Do you have dreams often? Not anymore, he says. Maybe because I've been sleeping for too long. Heard about what happened with Lady Ethereal. Thank goodness you were able to escape. How much did she resent you to have to lock you in her soulscape? Now that I think about it, maybe it was the opposite. She probably did it because she thought I would understand what she was going through. True. Coffee says, really? What a pity. Among this group of lunatics, Lady Ethereal was the only one you could have had a normal conversation with. That is sad but true. Sigh, perhaps we're all responsible for her descent into madness. At least she won't have nightmares anymore. Indeed. She says, so yeah, I have some most fortunate news to share. Are you lowering your prices? Oh, that would be difficult to do. I hope you'll understand. The good news is about my dear brother. Thanks to your assistance, I have accumulated a sizable amount of gin. I believe that given time, these funds will help my brother regain his freedom. I didn't really do much. I was just buying what I need. Oh, no need to be bashful. I suspect you also purchased items which you didn't need. As much as I'm slightly ashamed to say this, there is one thing I'd like to discuss. In truth, other than gin, the liberation of my brother will also require a select few parts from other guards. Therefore, it is most unfortunate that I, a meek scholar, am unable to handle violent tasks. Enough beating around the bush. Ever since you called to me, I knew this day would come. You want me to help you kill some guards and pick up some parts, right? Just tell me what you want and where I can find them. Oh, I knew you would be willing to help. This part is called the Soul Severing Blade. It is currently held by a high-ranking guard named Shangui. The Stark Guard patrols the depths of the 8-man facilities near the abandoned mines. In the 8-man facility near the abandoned mines. It's not too far. I'll give it a try if I manage to pass by. My deepest gratitude, may fortune and battle befall thee. Alright. So there's a new thing to do on that front. Now, while I saw it all, canisters of squishy, smooth, white material, I knew that's what you were all up to. It's tofu, right? Do you also ferment it? You like saw all the brains there? What, was it something I said? I haven't had tofu in ages. Maybe I'll steal a canister next time I pass by. Don't. It's flavorless and you're not gonna like it. Really? Now you're just making me more curious. It's definitely not for eating. Alright, there are 3 remaining zones left to deal with. They are the Research Center under Agong, the Empyrean District under the Feng Clan, and G's Grotto of Scriptures, where no one has set foot for centuries. I have very little information about the Research Center at the moment. Due to the extensive damage it has suffered, the entrance has also been obscured. Therefore, I suggest exploring the Grotto or the Empyrean District. You can access the Empyrean District through the Sky Tower, through the Daybreak Tower. And Grotto is in Agrarian Hall. Alright, well, there we go. I guess now we can pick what we do. That's different, isn't it? Much slower and more deliberate than we're used to. A double jump. Oh, at last. This is an ability they're not gonna have to convince me to use, right? Bella. Bella. What haste. It's as if I have trusted all physical exercise with this technique. I know, right? 20 cycles through this function to develop these skills. I can now say that my training is finally concluded. This isn't even my final form. Cloud Leap. Wonderful. But we're still here in this place. Ah, we have to talk to the sage. Lear says, do you recall now, fellow disciple? I did say we've met you before. Did say I've met you before. That warrior just now. That was you? Yes, thanks to your guidance. These functional combat skills helped to save countless lives. This space has left me utterly perplexed. Wait, are you really Lear? Yours truly has long abandoned that name. So I've actually been talking to a ghost. The way I see it, you abandoned much more than just your name all those years ago. And why would you put it that way? You led the function to isolation and advocated ruling through inaction. By sealing scientific progress on Hong Lai for hundreds of years, you have made it difficult for this generation of scientists to move forward. Alright, so Lear does sound like a good Taoist, doesn't he? Is that the verdict future generations have placed on me? That is the verdict I have placed on you. Okay, you. He's a jury as well as all the other things. To be perfectly honest, I have never ceased to reflect upon my actions. I'm here not only to seek the Tao, but also to repent. Don't blame yourself too much. At least you once brought peace to Ponglai. Has chaos emerged once again? My attempt was indeed just a drop in the ocean of the infinite Tao. This is not a trivial crisis. Would you like to save our fellow Solarians once again with me? I have left the mortal coil for far too long. These old bones of mine have become far too weary to do much of anything. Moreover, I have stayed for too long in this limitless realm. I can no longer return to the present world. That can happen, and I better get moving. I don't want to be trapped here. It's a shame, really. I still have so many questions for you. May we meet again, under the auspices of the great Tao. If all that awaits is the void, why cling to a single idea? Or probably, why cling to a single idea? Rather than a single idea. A lot of fun intonations there. Oh, but now that we can do that, we can still not get there. Really? I've been looking at that box forever. Oh, don't go breaking my heart. Alright. Alas. Where's one shot at? You hear ye. Indulge me for a game of Qiankun. I've been practicing with Abacus while you were away. I might even be able to be tied with you this time. Have a little more faith in yourself. I thought he was going to say beat me. It's what I almost said. So let's start. Really? Then I'm going for it. Let me see. I'm going to take all the corners first. Shwan says, "Yi, are you okay?" What? What about me? I don't know. I think something's on your mind. My mind? No, everything's fine. You're lying. I know that much at least. It's complicated. Yeah, lying always is, huh? Do you think there are actual villains in this world? Ooh, interesting line of questioning. Yeah, that Jichuan guy who captured you is pretty villainous. Do you think that way because he hurt me? Yeah, he bullied you a whole lot. If I had hurt a lot of people in the past, wouldn't that make me just as bad as Jichuan? Interesting question, my man. Are you worried you're becoming a villain? Oh, I don't think becoming's the right word. I mean, I don't think a real villain would be worried about that. Really. Wait, this setup. How did you know to play here? What's wrong? Nothing at all. That was an ingenious move. I can't explain it, but sometimes I'm just playing by feel. By feel? I've never been one to do things just by feel. Maybe that's why things have been so tough for you. Wow, kid. Incisive. What do you mean? Maybe most things aren't that complicated. You just have to try your best. Plus, it must be so tiring to think about this villain stuff every day. Why, I lost because I was too busy talking again. But you're improving rapidly. What's more, you're much more talented than you think, in more ways than one. It's not every day I get some praise from you. That was a good talk. So if we go to the mines, we might be able to find the dude. You know, let's go here and to the left, and maybe we'll run into something with the village along the way now that we've gotten slightly ahead. Alright, still all the same stuff there. And you know, there might be new stuff that I can get to with the double jump, right? You're gonna look like a fool if you don't go and check it out. A fool, I tell ya. Okay. Where do we think this guy could be? Probably not there. This guy that we've already beat, would he be? I mean, he could be. Alright, well, that clearly wasn't getting us where we need to go, but it still felt nice. You know, it's always good to destroy your enemies. Um... Okay. Because this dude can't be the guy that had the sword, because we've already, beat him and we would have found the sword. Alright. Alright, not like that. Oh, you're joking. Oh, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh no, you're kidding. This whole time. Of course there is a way to turn on the light. Of course there was. Oh man. And like, hadn't I seen one of those light switches somewhere else here? Probably. Making me use this ability more. No, it would be somewhere that you should obviously notice it. 'Cause that's how I operate, baby. Alright, well. Well, maybe that guy didn't have the best intelligence of where the thing was supposed to be, right? We're gonna go... teleport here, because there is a Shanghai 9K. And whatever the map is to, I want it. Map of Central Port, sure. Yellow, enshrined a subprime eternity among the Everlean foothills. Oh, because this one's whole thing is that it says where it's on. Got it. Nukanlan, the fucking home of your streams. What's your game? I'm you. Rice, well met. You finally focused me. So sappy. I kept walking to you, but you kept ignobling me. Reflex and make yourself at home. Are you damaged anyway? No, myself. Apoptosis found no tissues. Apoptosis is the word for cell death, right? Like the cells that all living things are made of, that kind of cell. Apoptosis is the biology word for their self-destruction. So it's pretty funny. Give me a status report. Sure, no mirrors detected in the Cortex Center. Operations in each brain room are also punning smoothly. The 95th livestock pen has been destroyed by an outside course. Total tenacity and soulscape operations have not been defected. Yes, so that's a report about our outside force. 30-man brain harvest this season has been included. This treason has been concluded. They will expressly put online. Was it the third or the fifth? In any grace, our computation capacity is omniscient. But why didn't we see her? As you walked back and forth, Mac and North in front of me a few times, you looked like something waved you a fright. You ignored me even when I hauled out to you. I'm so glad you conceal me now. Yay. Goodbye. Right, Plummigan. What a champ. We'll go ahead and turn the chip in now, because I always forget. Have you thought of the issues that might arise if I take all the resources? That is none of my business. No wonder you were left here. I'm like, oh, they already got all the good stuff there. That's too bad. But there is an item in the cave somewhere. We don't have it yet. Okay, so maybe... Maybe that's where it'll be for the thing. Below the mines. That's where the game starts, right? But maybe... Yeah, because there's a... If there's a boss that we haven't done... That seems like a good place to go. Like the beginning of the game, at least right here, so these guys should be, fine. I think this is just going to be like a very normal boss, which is to say, should be pretty easy for me. A normal mini boss for this level. This should have been like the first one I found, basically. Only I didn't find it at all. At least I think that's how it's going to be. Okay. There we go. Wait, does this guy not even get like a name? Pathetic. But we get a poison thing, which is totally worth getting. Whoops. Alright, that was not the mini boss. And yeah, we definitely should have found a lot of this stuff a long time ago, huh? Go. Almost over. There we go. Alright. It can be concealed under the sleeves to obscure attacks. I mean, I'll say. And Nerve Catalyst too. Alright, well, nice. Alright, well, there's that guy. None of that explains how we're supposed to get up here. Oh, from above it, up there. Got it. Well, that explains it. So I think that's all the stuff now. So those other two items will likely be up that way, which is very fruitful, and now we'll... Like, could you make it... Could you make it through there without the double jump? No, probably not. If you did this thing... No, probably not. Doesn't mean you can't do it. Just means you can't automatically do it. And now we have brought him the dagger. Bless you, sir. Your benevolence is immeasurable, and your virtues are as clear as... I get it. You don't need to exaggerate. Oh, I'm obliged, for it must have been a hard-fought victory worthy of great praise. The Celestial Legion are the Council's elite guards. They can indeed be a bit of a nuisance. When compared to an ancient weapon like you, they're just small fry. And do indeed differ from them in rather inherent ways, but that does not mean I possess a higher prowess in combat. Using Shangui as an example, could you not see that he blindly followed orders without any autonomy? To exist trapped in that teleological code is a pitiful existence. Like teleology? Believe that it is benevolent and righteous to have put them to rest. Indeed. The only creatures with free will can be considered alive. Indeed, who isn't able to live for himself is just a dead man walking. He says you shouldn't be too harsh. Artificial beings like you are a special case. Oh, I understand. After all, I couldn't think when I first opened my eye. In the beginning, I was kept in the G family's vault. Yikes. At the time, my senses were obscured. I could only see the objects displayed in that room. Placed before me were the last written words of the great G patriarch. The poem initially appeared to me just as a collection of symbols, but those ink strokes accompanied me year after year, until one day I suddenly understood its meaning. A surge of emotions poured into my brain. It was as if I woke up from a reverie. Everything in this world began to brim with meaning. To think that a poem could create self-awareness, it's nothing short of a miracle. Oh, it is your choice whether to believe it or not, Sir Yi. But the world is much too colorful to not listen to one's heart and waste time on tasks assigned by others. If I can't grant this experience to my brother, then I'm afraid it will all have been in vain. I am grateful to you, Sir Yi, for this great gift. I shall put it to good use. Yay, go me. For the past century, I've studied and observed Solarian behaviors as much as is possible. However, there's one thing I am unable to mimic. Do you know what it is? Acts of violence? Well, that is what I choose not to do, not what I cannot do. These dreams, artificial beings like myself are unable to dream. I've tried limiting my performance and shutting down to induce fainting, but dreams have never come to me. I get why it might seem attractive to you, but there's no need to think much of it. You don't always get to have good dreams. Yeah. The android's dream of electric sheep and all that. Alright, you got a couple more jades there. And we can get another file there. We've got, 1,700 in there. We're gonna hold on to them unless there's something we want to buy, though. And here, the transmute for wealth is the only one we care about right now. Eventually, you would probably go to like chi charges or life, but of course, right now, a little bit extra money. That's what it's all about. So there's the Grotto of Scriptures one. And then the other one was above some tower, but I don't even know. You know, it was like the sunlight tower over the daybreak tower or something, but I don't know where any of those towers are. Primordial roots, also known as Fusong, is the oldest plant. Oh, this guy again. You're finally here, my friend. You knew I'd come here? It's a coincidence brought together by fate. You may not like it, but you will have to put up with my nagging. Ellipsis, what are you doing here in the Grotto of Scriptures? I was about to ask you the exact same question. Are you offering incense to these falling Taoist saints? I'm looking for the soul in charge of the sun, but you should already know that, Oracle. Knowing the outcome hardly reveals the motive. As a reminder, if you wish to proceed, you must be extremely careful. The Council tried mining this grotto in search of feng shui technology, but their expedition bore little fruit and many lives were lost due to the numerous traps. How do you know all this? I know a lot, and forget a lot, but everything here is still fresh in my mind, including events from even earlier. When Lear brought his feng shui guild here, he proclaimed that he would create a utopia. These caves were home to countless magical new technologies. After the peaceful unification of Ponglai, this was also where he made his famous inaction declaration. That was when Lear turned his back on science. He had his reasons, not unlike yourself. Are you not also working against your past? So you do know me. I don't think there's anyone who's unfamiliar with the new savior of the Solarians on this island. No, you're not just any old Solarian, I can tell. Are you a descendant of the ancient Kunlun tribe? I thought they all evacuated before we took off. It was rumored that many of them had special abilities. That would explain your precognition. Oh, are you finally ready to admit it's not just a superstition? How stubborn we want to be. Oh, you know, he does think that you can explain everything. Believe me, too much is the universe for which there is no truth. If you don't mind, would you like me to divine your future for you? Fine, I might get some useful information out of it. There's no need to be coy. There are those who would give their entire fortunes for a chance like this. Now close your eyes and clear your thoughts. But then I wouldn't be able to get to see the symbols. It's like, I see it is you. What about this junction? Ah, magnificent, simply magnificent. How was it? Over the last few millennia, I have only observed a divergence among a handful of souls. Keep saying things that no one would understand. What were you mumbling about to yourself just now? My apologies, my friend, but the secret cannot be divulged. Are you mocking me? You better give me an explanation. I will. Come to my royal hall within the depths of this grotto. Royal hall? You're a... We shall meet again, my friend. Right. My lord, I have found it. There's a high chance that the mysterious individual wandering around may be... G, the soul in charge of the zone. Excellent, my lord. So you knew already. I just confirmed it. Your timing was a little too perfect. My humblest apologies, my lord. However, his age and form don't seem to match, and with the limited information we do have, it's fine. I should have paid more attention. I didn't think it'd be possible for him to regain his youth. Please take care, my lord. This individual is highly unpredictable. No one is aware of why or how he was selected to become a soul. Got it. Let's leave it at that. I need to catch up with him and see what he's got up his sleeve. Understood. I shall take my leave. Alright, so this guy's called G. He's the one in charge, and he is going to be the next fool. Tons of money. Statue says intruder detected. And Indiana Jones is the place. Repeatedly? Alright, well. Hey, clay for Sean for making pottery. That's good. So this is why it's important not to get too attached to your money, because you're just going to lose all of it, right? Well, if I want more money for something, I'll just go make more. But it's about time to call it quits here. We're going to give Xuan the thing that we've got, and then lament that we can't quite get into that item. With clay here for you. This feels like really good clay. We should be able to make some ceramics with it. Does the Peach Blossom Village also know the art of ceramics? Of course. How do you think we made our urns, cups, and bowls? Earthenware and ceramics are two very different things. The techniques passed down by the village elders aren't anything to sniff at, you know. How about this? I'll make you something to show you what I mean. Do you need any cups? I'll fire up an engraved cup for you. I have enough cups, but just do your best, and don't even think about eating any of that clay. He immediately eats some. We're just gonna finish off by feeding some more poison to our man Shenong here. What is this? It doesn't taste like anything. This ore is a folk remedy from my own town. Some people mix it with their wine or tea. It was sold by lots of vendors who advertised it as a sleeping aid for children. How nostalgic. We used to have some at home. I eventually learned about its poisonous properties, but my parents were adamant. Moko telling me how expensive it was and wouldn't throw it away. I almost ruined our Shalom. Snore knocked him right out. Seems like it's a good thing I secretly threw that remedy away back then.
On you.
What worm did you encounter? The village is in trouble again. You just stay put. They want to believe in their magic and gods. Let them taste the pain. Not like anyone out there will help me. What happened? So I need to make another trip to the Peach Blossom Village. Alright. We'll do that next time. Before we go any further. Does this look like a person, or am I just imagining things? This is the root of medicinal herb. Little mandrake sort of thing. I just saw a blink. Are you sure it's not alive? There are stories about how they can walk, but they're just folktales. He just moved when I bit into it, I swear. That damn bee monster giving me so much trouble. I sure needed a break. What bee monster? Did you bump into the phoenix guard outside? Why is that not allowed? Watch yourself. We're surrounded by hazards on all sides. Just don't run out on your own. Yeah, that's nonsense. I've been all over this damn place. I've been to that filthy cave with the ugly murals. You bunch of statues. Cave statues. You've been out there all on your own? So if we climb high in the cave with the statues, then we can get more. We'll have to, keep that in mind. But a little bit more max health. Huzzah. Alrighty then.
Hey you, team.
We asked if we found what we're looking for, and he says not slurring business. Can't worry, I wasn't looking. I was just curious whether you found what you were looking for. Looking for someone. Who? No, never mind. I shouldn't try. Looking for a friend. A friend? What model?
Hey.
Solarian. You should look in the Enlightenment Sanctum if you're looking for Solarians. Friend not in Enlightenment Sanctum. Friend not sleeping. Oh, I'm sorry. If you haven't been sleeping, all you're going to find is a body. Doesn't matter. Almost found friend. Okay.
Pay you so high.
Well, alright. Good stuff. Well, I suppose it went rather well. Once I kind of figured out what was going on in the third phase of that fight, it went okay. Obviously, leaving our bones in that new zone isn't ideal, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It's brightly lit, so at least there's that. A few more souls to go, right? This Lady Ethereal is the 5th of the seals that we've got. Well, we'll take them as we can find them. But we'll be trying to be back soon, so hopefully we'll pull that off. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed. Maybe I'll see you in another stream or video. See you guys.